Hi, I'm Phil Swindle, the show notes guy from shownotesguy.com, and this is 30 and 30. What am I thankful for? Day 12. Today, I'm thankful for Podcasters Paradise and for the podcast movement. Because of Podcasters Paradise, I developed relationships that helped encourage me to start Show Notes Guy. And last week I told you I would tell you the funny story about how I got the website and everything going. And it all happened at Podcast Movement, a conference by podcasters for podcasters. And I want to thank Jared Easley and Dan and all the guys for establishing that conference, and for John Lee Dumas of Podcasters Paradise for helping us get the word out so we knew about this. So I attended Podcast Movement in Dallas, Texas, and as I was doing so, I'd already started writing show notes for people and was looking for a way to promote my services at Podcast Movement, and really had messed up my timing of the delivery of business cards for what I was doing. The business cards actually arrived at the house about the time my plane was lifting off to go to Dallas. And so I had no way to promote what I was doing at the conference until Jordan Agoli, a great friend of mine and a customer of Show Notes Guy, by the way. Jordan mentioned the night before the conference began that he wished he had brought a t-shirt with his logo on it. And the next day, I see him with a t-shirt with his logo on it. So Jordan points me to the kiosk in the mall attached to the hotel where we were at and showed me where to get my shirt done. And as we were leaving where we were eating in the mall to go back into the conference, I called GoDaddy, registered the domain shownotesguy.com while I am getting the t-shirt made that said I am the shownotesguy.com, and was able to walk from the kiosk while I'm discussing with GoDaddy how I need them to forward the domain to another existing domain I hosted on their services. I'm talking to the t-shirt guy, getting my t-shirt designed and printed, and literally while I am purchasing and setting up the domain for the website, shownotesguy.com, I'm having a shirt made in faith that it's all going to work. And the guy from GoDaddy insisted that I understand that it probably would not forward until 24 hours later. So I get on my iPad and I go into the hotel and I put actually the Show Notes Guy t-shirt over this t-shirt. John Lee, I'm sorry, I covered up Podcasters Paradise for Show Notes Guy. I think you'll understand. But I put the t-shirt on over this t-shirt and checked on my iPad to make sure the domain worked. And lo and behold, 15 minutes after I was on the phone with GoDaddy, my domain was actually live. And shownotesguy.com reflected the website that I needed to have because it had all my show notes information on it at the time. And there I was with something and some way to promote my services. Now, I didn't make any sales that day, but I made a lot of connections and I made a lot of friendships because of that convention and conference, and also because of the fact that I had this shirt and people would ask me what it was all about. And then Jordan just called me out in front of everybody in the big vendor room. So I want to thank you, Jordan Agoli. Thank you, Chris Saron. Thank you, John Lee Dumas. And thank you, Jared and Dan and the rest of the guys at Podcast Movement. I cannot wait for Podcast Movement 15. And I'm about to get my registration in pretty soon. But I just want to thank all of you and let you know how thankful I am for GoDaddy and for that t-shirt kiosk in the mall that helped me promote the services that Show Notes Guy provides for podcasters all over the world, from Atlanta to Australia and everywhere in between, on either direction. So thank you guys. Thanks to my customers and my clients. Thanks to the folks that I'm coaching. Thanks to Podcast Movement and Podcasters Paradise, and thanks to GoDaddy, and thanks to the t-shirt printer in the mall in Dallas, Texas, on that Saturday morning of Podcast Movement. Have a great one. I said it, now deal with it. By the way, here's what I mean by deal with it. See the comment section down below? Let's talk about some things you're thankful for. So please, deal with it. Let's know. Let's all express a voice of gratitude in this season of Thanksgiving, November 2014. There, now, I have said it. Now, deal with it.